It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day, and we are still in Bonita systematically going over this giant property. And I have an entry for the dictionary, or I guess encyclopedia, a new definition of run amok, and it would consist of this pot here. Once again, probably at least years ago, these were installed, and look how run-amucky this pot has become just over this last year. These Zwartkopf Aeonium, these are arboretums, so they get very leggy, and then in the wintertime they get heavy with bloom and they can crack and break and flop. So, you know, maybe you have this situation happening. I'm going to show you how to fix that. We are going to completely take this pot apart, as well as this pot here, complete deconstruction, and we are going to reconstruct so you can see just how the big girls do it. Well, you can see Amy here is cutting the blue elf out of this pot. Amy, you want to give it a lift and show them what we're dealing with here? You know, we want to rework this, but you can see that the roots are so thatchy that this whole thing is going to literally come out in one piece. So we're going to cut out the plant material, set it aside, then we'll pull out these root balls, dispose of the root balls, and start with fresh soil.
A lot of plants.
So here we are working on redoing these pots. We had to, or Amy had to pull everything out because the root balls were so entwined and so massive. So we just cut everything up. Now we're in the process of cleaning the plants, sizing them. See that? You know, now is the time to pull off all the, you know, dead undergrowth. And there's no reason why you can't limb this up more. And then stick it in the pot anywhere you want it to go. Those aloes are going to turn very, very orange since I have stressed them by cutting off all the roots. This bloom should be fine and continue to produce flower, even though it no longer has a root system, because all of the water and nutrients in the leaves and stem are going to support that flower. So now it's like decorating a cake. Literally, you just take pieces from what you've, oh, there's another cute little bloom. You take pieces that you've pulled out, you limb them up, and you just say, well, where would you look good? So I'm thinking that this would look good right here, so I'm gonna put it there. And if I didn't like it there, I would move it. But for now, I'm liking it there. My thought process is, you know, we've taken all of these Aeonium Zwartkopf that go so dormant in the summer, and we have cut them down short, popped them back in the pot, kind of in the back, so they'll be, you know, low profile throughout the summer months. These aloes that are just coming into their peak period of growth and gorgeousness are getting front and center stage here. The beauty of this blue elf is that it's contrastally so wonderful against the color of some of its cousin aloes, and it's so upright in its growth habit that it can just be tucked in and popped in all the spots, you know, where I'm seeing dirt. This aloe brevifolia here is a very low growing aloe, so I want to make sure, and it's a clumper, so I didn't break it up for parts. I just cleaned up the stand and reset it against the edge of the pot. So Amy's got the same thing going on over here. We're not trying to matchy-matchy with these pots, even though we are working with primarily the same materials. Yeah, come on over and see what Amy's got going. We pulled in some new soil. We just had Greg pick up whatever was on sale at the box store, and he got the Kellogg Patio Plus. You want to make sure that it says potting mix or planting mix, that it doesn't say garden soil. Garden soil has a lot more sludge in it. This is a lot cleaner and better composted, so when you water, you don't get that brown residue coming through your pot. So make sure it says potting mix in it somehow or somewhere. Absolutely beautiful work, Amy.
Thank you.
And remember, these are all cuttings now, so we'll just keep an eye on them for the next couple of months. We won't water them until we see roots appearing, and we'll just enjoy. So these giant planters are done, and they're now basically cutting nursery is what this is. These pots, you can see they're in somewhat dappled sunlight here in Bonita, California, which is a very, very mild area, very close to the ocean. And these pots will be enjoyed and allowed to root. It'll probably take a month to 2 months for them to throw off any kind of roots at all where they might need any water. But they have enough water in their stems, leaves, and trunks to last them until the rains, probably. They just look so polished, finished, and clean. And that is really how I recommend going about it when you have pots that are as overgrown as these were. I mean, really, between you and me, I should have probably tackled these last year. They were kind of cuspy, you know. It was like, because I'm only here, like I said, about once a year. So it had been a couple of years since these pots have been touched. So the thing to do is just take it all out, cut it all up, and stick it all back in. This has been Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity, reporting from Bonita, California with Amy and Hannah, and your succulent tip of the day.